Magandang araw, magandang gabi sa ating bayang minamahal, Pilipinas. Ating pag-usapan ngayon mga kababayan, itong pag-attend ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos diyan po sa Singapore kung saan ginanap ang Security Summit. Kung saan naman nagkaroon ng pagkakataon itong Chinese General na magtanong kay PBBM at tila bagay gustong hiyain ito. Ating pakinggan panoorin mga kababayan ang pahayag ng isang Chinese general.
Mr. President, I noticed in your speech you mentioned many times about ASEAN centrality. You review the TAC which your father signed that showed the bond of ASEAN. I think the ASEAN centrality is very important, but it's not. We cannot take it for granted. It comes from the ASEAN way, three principles. First, mutual respect. Second, consensus building. Third, considerate other parties' comfort level. In my words, to put it simply, we can summarize it as three no's: non-intervention, and non-use of force, and no hyping up hot spots. Only because of these principles strictly followed by ASEAN members and other stakeholders that we have ensured the ASEAN and East Asia at large for a long-lasting peace since the end of the colonial rules in history. So we cherish a lot. I fully agree with you. I support the centrality of ASEAN. And even some professor like Cassius McBonney, he suggests ASEAN is deserved to award a Nobel Peace Prize. I agree with him. Eyes of international community, some of your Philippines' behavior in recent times, it now sounds like you really consider other parties' comfort level, and there is a risk of ruining the regional long-earned, long-lasting peace since the end of the colonial history. What's your comments on that? Thank you very much.
Yan ating napakinggan at nasaksihan ang sinasabi nitong isang Chinese general. Isang pinupoint out niya dito ay pagtanong niya dito sa ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos patungkol nga po dito sa tatay po nito na isa din pong naglagda dito sa summit or nitong ASEAN na kinakailangang irerespeto din kung anong rules ang nakapaloob po dito. Una dito, pinupoint out niya na ang principles of Association of Southeast Asian Nation ay ito. May tatlong principle daw po itong nasasakupan. At ito ay non-intervention, non-use of force, non-heading up hotspot. Yan ang kanyang pinupoint out. Matindi po diyan mga kababayan. Pero kung ating titingnang maigi, ang pinagsasabi ng isang general na ito ay hindi naiintindihan sa kanyang sarili dahil mismo ang China ay number 1 violator dito sa principles of ASEAN. Alam naman po kung gaano kabuli itong bansang ito. Kung wala tayong kakampi, lalo tayong bubulihin. Ang nila ang nasa West Philippines magkuha at magawa nila ang dapat nilang gawin. And even Africa ngayon at even Africa ay talagang pinasok na rin ng China. Nakita naman natin ang mga bansa kung saan powerful ang China. Look at that. Bagsak ngayon. Okay, ang sagot naman, ang pahayag ng ating Pangulong BBM.
I cannot imagine what you must be referring to if the reference or the allusion is to the Philippines somehow tearing apart what we have agreed on with in ASEAN in terms of ASEAN centrality. Quite the contrary. I think if you examine more closely the remarks that I just made, I precisely focus on ASEAN centrality, and that the principles that are laid down that are involved in the concept of ASEAN centrality are some things that we must use to guide us. And if we have been distracted in the past years or so, then it's time for us to return and remember, once again, what ASEAN was created for. And that is to create an aggregation of nations that have very many common interests, and that can be, and that partnerships within that multilateral organization can help each other and help the region. And so the Philippines is still remains true to the principles that were established and upon which ASEAN was born. And I think, as I said, that many of these things we no longer speak of today, but we must, because they are as relevant today as they ever were, perhaps even more so, because the global situation is a great deal more complicated than it used to be before. I would even go far as to say there is no such thing as a regional issue any longer. We have all experienced the unexpected effects of the war in Ukraine, of the conflict in the Middle East, and all of these. And when we talk about the South China Sea, we have to also remember that the South China Sea is the passageway for half of the world trade. And therefore, the peace and stability of the South China Sea and the freedom of navigation of the South China Sea is a world issue. And that is what I am proposing. And I am saying that yes, it is a regional issue, but we must examine and be part of the discussion. We must include all parties in that discussion, because now it is not just ASEAN member states who are stakeholders, and it is quite easy to see that it is in fact the entire world that have become stakeholders in the peace and stability of our region.
At diyan po, ating napanood na tunghayan ang sagot ni PBBM. Medyo may pitik iyan, hindi man po riktang. Binira talaga itong Chinese general dahil sa respeto na lang din bilang isang pangulo ng bansang Pilipinas. At dito talaga namang pinatungkulan din ni PBBM na ang hindi tayo nagpabaya patungkol po dito sa ASEAN dahil ang principle po dito ay ating sinusunod. Tunayan riyan ay patuloy pa rin tayong nagipag-ugnayan sa ASEAN kung saan or kung kailan magkakaroon ito ng meeting ang bawat bansa upang mapag-usapan kung ano ang dapat pag-usapan, lalong-lalo na dito sa agawan ng teritoryo. Kaya nga, ang usapang ito, as per the President, ay hindi lang ito between China and the Philippines, kundi pinag-usapan po dito at affected ang buong mundo. Like for example, anya ay itong pagkakaroon ng giyera between Ukraine and Russia, which is affected ang buong mundo. And of course, itong Israel, Palestine, affected din ang buong mundo. So dito, ang pinag-usapan po dito ay freedom of navigation. Diyan po sa West Philippine Sea. Ang pangalawa po diyan ay yung passage po yan buong mundong pangkalakalan. So yan ang passage from east to west, diyan dumadaan. Pag nakuha po kasi ng China yan, hindi natin sila mahadlangan po diyan. Sa atin naman po talaga yung teritoryo yan dahil pasok sa ating 200 nautical miles ay magkakaroon po ng problema. Nang una, ang China, pagka nakuha nila yan diyan or makapagtayo sila diyan ng mga man-made island, ay magiging pribado na sa kanila yan at hindi na makakapasok ang mga bangka or barkong pangkalakal. Yan ang medyo risky kung sakaling magpatuloy ang China po diyan. At ang problema diyan is yung freedom of navigation ay hindi na masusunod. Yan ang ipatungkol or patungkol or pino-point out ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. So kailangan talaga, alam naman po natin ang ugaling Chino, napakatusot, napakabuli. gusto sa kanila lahat ang kalamangan. Kayo mga kababayan, papayag ba tayo na hindi na natin kontrahin ang China at magiging kaibigan natin sila? And yet, sunod-sunuran naman tayo sa kanila na pagka sinabi nilang amin ito kahit na sa loob ng 200 nautical miles, pagmamay-ari ng Pilipinas ay luluhod lang po tayo at ipaubaya kung ano ang gusto nila. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas, mabuhay ang mga Pilipino, mabuhay ang ating mga OFWs around the globe.